Good morning, future officers. A warm welcome to all of you once again to Toppers Academy Morung Express newspaper analysis. Today is 10th of March 2026, and I hope you all are doing well and maintaining your consistency in your preparation with the determination and discipline. By now, you would have realized that regular newspaper analysis is not just about stating or staying informations, but about developing clarity of thoughts and an exam-oriented mindset. The way you read today will directly reflect in how you write your answers tomorrow. In today's session, we will go through the Morung Express newspaper with a focused examination perspective. We will identify only those relevant news items that will be relevant to your examination, understand their broader implication, and learn how to connect them with your NPSC and NSSB syllabus, be it for your MCQ or for your descriptive and essays. The emphasis will be on the issues that are related to the governance, the policies, the social concern, the economy, and the regional relevance. As we proceed, pay close attention to those information and how to filter them and organize them into useful notes. Keep your notes brief, structured, and revision friendly. This disciplined method will help you retain information better and use it effectively in both prelims and as well as mains. So let us begin today's analysis with a calm focus and determination. Stay consistent, trust your preparation, and keep moving forward towards your goal of becoming future officers. So starting off with the first article for the day, that is, I would just like to highlight this one first. Real hailstorm disrupts normal life in Kohima. So this is Kohima. So pani bhi nikira na thakise. But now even there was a hailstorm and then it disrupted the normal life for about 15 to 20 minutes in Kohima. So this is a very scene. Those viewers from Kohima, comment section likhi TV itu kutu area laga rasta ase noile bhi picture ase comment section likhi TV. Okay. Nagaland to re-advertise 80 unfilled police constable posts. So we know that there was a recruitment drive for almost 900 or 1000 something posts, constable posts, and there was a distribution based on the district as well as for the Dimapur and all. So district wise there was this again there was this tribe wise reservations. So out of that, around 80 posts remain unfilled during this police constable recruitment drive. So the posts remain with the respective district and tribes concerned, which means there was a discussion in the house of the NLA. So Nagaland Deputy Chief Minister, Nagaland Deputy Chief Minister in charge of the Home Affairs or Home Minister, Y Patan today said that certain districts have been unable to fill their allocated quota due to the failure of the candidate in the physical fitness test in the ongoing Nagaland Police Constable recruitment drive. It is quite sad to see that our Naga youths, they can't even clear this physical efficiency test. Physical efficiency test be clear gro na pare kina ase. Etu je physical efficiency test kun clear grise takan aro written exam clear gro na pare na. So there was a discussion going on in the house, and to my notice, I also saw that some of the ministers were also suggesting that from class 8 onwards till graduation thagise to taijon naga education level totally different. Okay, so some of them were suggesting, I should say that was quite unrealistic, or say not that kiko appropriate na, because some of them were saying that itu graduate level kan garni question set alag aro 8 to 12 kan nolbi to niche kan the question set alag kor only physical eligibility test to same. What logic is that na? It is also totally against the constitution. It is also totally against the fundamental rights, right? Aro we cannot even tell that class 8 to 12 ekla allow kuro, graduate kan allow no inabi ko na pare. We cannot tell them that you're very much too much qualified because you're too much qualified for the constable post. Inabi ko na pare. Okay, so that will be against our own fundamental rights. And also some of the ministers were saying that he they were encouraging that the graduate students, or say those who have technical background, should go for some other higher jobs and leave the, you know, the constable and other third fourth grade jobs to those who are not very much well educated. That is one of the things that we're suggesting. But the reality is this: those who are good in PET, for instance, most of the BET clear grando graduate no hakan bishi thaki jay na inya, aru kun graduate kurina thakise tagando aro PET di fail hoy, holibi written di to pass, PET to tuk pai, holibi written di bishi phal mark pai jay. So difference tadi hola jay, holibi aro PET di phal perform kurina written di aro fail ho jay, iman set ase to kan karne to aro. Now there are certain candidates who cleared PAT in excellent condition, but they could not clear the written exam. So it will be a mondukla kota ase. So we need to have a balance between these two. And since some of them were suggesting that since constable to helido, most of the thing is physical work la ase, or physical excellence lage, so BAT marks all pishula dibi, or written de all of kumdi kuri dibi. Okay, that is also okay. I can also say that that is also a good approach only. However, there should never be saying of that abunando graduate hoise, post graduate hoise, enika chutu kam nukuri, itu kuku kam chutu tangor nai. Okay, police constable will be this to the service of the state and to the nation, be it constable, be it chaiwala, or be it officer. Okay, so sometimes it is out of patriotism, sometimes it is out of necessity. Opai na thagi na agan bi thagi jai, just to put a food in the table. So you cannot say that you're sitting in a good seat, phal khor phal karidi perese, all the amenities paise, kininga tuk suk chani tuk tukya manala na. So you cannot say like this that apunando over educated hoise, over qualified hoise, itu to tang gani chadi ina ko na pare. Everyone has their own needs. Itu class 8 10 wala bi ki jane, itu coming from a very well off family, walibi graduate na thaka wala do ama baba na thakina puni angi sawole pai angi sawole manu bi thaki jago. So this is very illogical, itu ni to khota no wala. That's one thing. Again, there's another fact that we cannot put two different types of exam or two different sets of question for the same post. Okay, when you put a different set of the questions, then it should be such that the post lagabi level alag hola. Itu constable karne set alag ase goli do, inspector, sub inspector, or say ASI will be hawaldar kan laga hoise goli do question set all alag thagile itu ta khota de, will be itu to bishi unfair ho jao. All right, so these are the things that I would like to highlight from this very particular article. So it is said that could do 80 undeclared post thagise, some of the MLAs mo name be mention no kuro so ko thaigo munai dia MLA ekta par koise ki itu post to special recruitment traffic ta could be to 80 post karne ina goise. Will be our honorable home minister made it very clear that this 80 posts will be included into the next recruitment notification. So for suppose 1000 notification allow thaise, next recruitment drive they will add this 80 and it will become 1080. Okay, he also maintained that kutu reserve seats ase, kutu districts karne kutu reserve ase fill kuranai, that will go to the next recruitment drive and it will not be diluted, but it will go as it is to that particular district itself. So it is very unfortunate to see that in Morung 43 seats remain unfilled. No? So Morung de thaga manan bi itera pola shuru koribi, high jump, long jump maribi, pull ups koribi. Okay. So mota mano ase police join grow wole at least is to paro lai. But it is quite unfortunate to see this 43 unfilled posts, which is comparatively more than all the other districts combined. Okay, so Longling de ekta ase, Cheminyo de tinda, Woka de ekta, while Timabur, Chumukitima and Newland together have 30 male and 2 female unfilled posts, bringing the total number to unfilled posts of 80. So it here ase article do, so the rest you can read it by yourself. The next article, the Chief Minister urges dialogue as land encroachment styles railway project. So we all know that we are going to make an national and international level railway station banabo ko ase. Sabo kinya olabo will be there's a problem regarding the land encroachment. Aro mati recommendation kan karne issues ase, saying that when the railway department were assessing the areas for the railway station, they did not realize that the way the Nagas were having this land ownership. So our first railway station came in 1903. Okay. So itu time the railway demarcation koram to ki jane tan itu knowledge na thakina area to cover kuri pare. Will be in actuality to the land belongs to some people. Nan hoy. To railway kan to tan to kobo itu mohon na pep te ase to itu area to mohon la na aste aste encroach korna ai thayo na inika problem ho jay. Already the land owners kan to they are very much adamant and strong on this very particular regard, and then saying that mohon na mati to lowole ase guli to apan mohon ke compensate kro lage. Okay, that is the question. So whenever you're going to build a road, it is not only the cost that is associated with the building the road infrastructure cost noi. Only mati to cutting kurishi guli to existing road noi na ekta rasta to tangor kurla guli to right left ko na mati lo ase tangi compensate kro lagi jai. Okay, and it is also that a plot of land you're selling it for say 10 lakhs. Okay, 10 lakhs pra bikai ase gobi. Only be kitia abuni land encroachment ai jai, it is always more than what the market value la opor bai jai compensation dilo na any like that. So 283 crores allocated for modernizing of the Dimapur railway station. I should say bishi less as 283 crores to be. Nagaland Chief Minister Dr. Nefurios today stressed the need for an amicable settlement of land issues surrounding the modernization of the Dimapur railway station, emphasizing the state cannot afford to lose the opportunity to develop and expand the crucial rail hub. See, those who came today, you are watching this video, watch it the end, okay? Because today's newspaper analysis, you're the lucky ones. Especially those who are going to appear means. Because here I'm going to point out certain things that will be a very important tool for you, or say ingredient for you while you're writing your exam. Descriptive as well as for your essay. And those who are here for your prelims and other NSSB exam, you're also on the right place. There will be certain information that you should keep in mind that will be useful in your coming days. So I say through the newspaper, through coachings, through our channels, through our channel on, then through the newspaper, we will only give all those ingredients. Now will be kinika ponawa kina kukuru to apona word as a master chef te anisina. Mohan pra items to dibo. Mohan prabi paratak dibo. Then you are more knowledgeable, but here we are also giving something extras. So ki tishe ito ra abunen kinika subchi to para ponaw pare ito abunan award ase. So it is all like this only. Coaching centers hobi, education institutes kan hobi, teaching to kun kibi alak sekabi nohoy. So will be so managi semi sekai will be kwanisina kunwa olai kunwa clear nokore, because it is all about how you make use of the ingredients that is provided to you. So replying to the MLA Nuklotushi in the start question at the 8th session of the 14th NLA. So some of you have commented very well that start question la, unstart question la na. So start question to little oral reply below pare. So of the 14th NLA on the present status and progress of the modernization of the Dimapur railway station, Dr. Yu said that the Dimapur railway station, inaugurated in 1903, is of 120 years old and predates the formation of the Nagaland as a state in 1963. When Lord Curzon was the Governor General of India, Viceroy of India, itu time te pona la na partition of Bengal bhi happen no age te pona la. Now we have a Shukuvi railway station na. So itu when was this Shukuvi railway station inaugurated? Okay, inaugurated. Par comment section de likhi dibi. So that is your second homework for the day. At the time, he noted that certain constitutional provisions relating to the land ownership in the state of Nagaland did not exist, and the railway authorities had occupied and measured the land for railway purpose long before the state came into being. The Chief Minister observed that over the years, while railway authority remained largely silent, encroachments gradually increased. He also noted that administrative authorities had regularized some of this encroachment over time, which has further complicated the present situation. Dr. Rio stressed that constructive dialogue between the state government and Indian Railways is necessary to find an amicable solution, particularly regarding compensation or other arrangements for landowners. However, he cautioned that compensation demand should not be at excessively higher rate. See, regarding this, my only suggestions or my only take is that land compensation to we cannot compromise on that. Okay, because gone are the days when we owned large land where we will donate our land for development and all. But at this present juncture, manu thakiule khotak pi nabai phara khotak pi nabala time ekta aje when it comes to the urban areas or town areas. Inika time ekta de abala mati sosta ra di tv koli to ki logic ase. Even he himself, the honorable chief minister or other minister themselves also will not give up their land for sustamal. Na, there will be compensation to fair share ekta to lumun thakibo do. Alak jaga dibi kinega share dia se urban area de tier 2 tier 3 cities kana de itu same do mga nagamanong gibi tiwo lagi. There should not be a compromise on that. Rather, they should go and discuss kiman the compensate kurasi to discuss kurina extra budget increase kurole demand kurahi itu all of fair ho. Because given the fact that mon mati to tai to jai jabo, but for that person maybe it was his only land to tai ko to compensation by si to alak sa adimi mati na bao jabo kini uli na paro itu to ki kuro na ini ekta situation ho jabo itu bra compensation should be fair enough, all right, or else it will discourage other people in the future. Alak time the development I will be manura no hobo ina go jabo nijor mati to it's very dear to people. Okay, so it take the kalti kodisholi in the future it will correct korole pishi tik tawar jabo. So I think they should reconsider on this very matter. So this is one of the most important topic for today. There's three important topic for today. Okay, so aji apne kugun aise yadi pishi palo ise you learn from this a lot. Nagaland economy crosses 50,000 crores, but fiscal dependence persists. See, mon Nagaland to Tukia se koi thage. Holibi see, Nagaland also has a state GDP of around $5 billion. Okay, 5 billion US dollars. Komti to noy. So it's a 50,000 crore amounting to around almost $5 billion. It seems. Okay. So mon labi manasi state GDP na to komti to noy man bi. Of course, when we compare to the other states, it to mondo bishi tur la kota se. There are states with 250, 600 uh, billion GDP. Even Mona State P, Aste growth of given the fact that we are not even extracting the natural resources or say the mineral studies in the state, okay, and also there's no industries. Given all this factor, we can also imagine that it has a lot to do with the service sector and the agricultural sector. The secondary sector is very much weak in the state. Ajikali aste to micro small medium enterprises can growth it was in little. There's no large industries in the state of Nagaland. So given the fact the secondary sector is contributing uh, very less to the state's GDP. So let's discuss a little bit aste bra. Nagaland's economy is projected to cross the 50,000 crores mark in the 2025-2026, reflecting the steady growth over the past decade. However, the Nagaland Economic Survey, those who are preparing for mains, you can go through this very particular article. Okay, also underscores persistent structural change challenges, including heavy dependence on the central transfers. Though our state GDP shows that we have this much, but a good amount, like around 16,000 crores, are from the central grants. Okay, also underscores persistent structural challenges, including heavy dependence on the central transfers, rising wages, and pension liabilities. So Nagaland state TP aste salary be increase हुए जे 8 pay commission and salary to उठी बोला जे plus itu do all pension scheme to ne all pension scheme under the kungun pension ba tang labi pension jaya je. So itu kan de mohon to capital infrastructure de declining capital expenditure. So capital in expenditure de kom dia je will be revenue expenditure hi bisya je. Now what is this capital expenditure revenue expenditure I'll be discussing later on. Okay, and according to the survey that was tabled in the 8th session of the 14th NLA on the March 9th, the state's economy is expected to grow by 10.33%. Now, this is also very important factor, or not factor, but fact that those who are preparing for your NPSC, NSSB, as well as for remains, write it down, okay? 10.33% in real terms and 13.3% in the nominal terms in 2025 to 2026 as per the advanced estimates. In absolute terms, the provisional estimates of the gross state domestic product (GSTB) is projected to increase from ITIA 2024-25 ko to closing course tadi 45,133 crores tagi mona gross state domestic product. Now it is projected to increase to 51,014 crores, marking a significant milestone for the state's economy. Now, correspondingly, the quantum of the economy in real terms is estimated to have increased from 23,262 crores in 2024-25 to 25,665 crores in 2025 to 26. However, the survey reflected that the structure of the economy remains heavily dependent on the tertiary sector. Now, this is also one very important fact that you can keep in mind, that our economy majority share is contributed from the tertiary sector, that is about 2/3. So you have to remember this percentage as well. 66.64% of the Nagaland state GSTB is contributed by the tertiary sector, or we also call them the service sector, while the primary sector and the secondary sector contribute around 22.76% and 10.6% respectively. So see, it is a quite different, uh, it's quite unique, or say I should say it's quite rare, no? That we have this primary sector, that is agri and allied, primary, secondary, and tertiary sector. Okay, this is the tertiary sector. So here we can see that our contribution to the state GSTP, secondary sector is contributing only about 10.60%. Tertiary sector is contributing about 66.64%. And we have the primary sector contributing about 22.76%. Now here you will see a stark difference between the center and the state. In the center, in the Indian economy, we will also see that tertiary sector is still the largest contributor to the GDP, okay, to the GDP. However, it is like this: from tertiary value in a secondary, secondary value in a primary. In a contribution as a standard na, only state ito all of alta de. Tertiary PCD primary, it is secondary as. Now your work is to find out this one. Total workforce percentage engaged in these three sectors. Itu tinda sectors de total workforce kiman aje. So you will also see a stark difference here, that even in India as well as in the state of Nagaland, the total workforce, the highest to lido primary sector di chahe jere. Itu bisi dehi alag sector de ayo. So you can fill that up in the comment section. So itu to state la do pabule op tiktar je, paile do phala je, will be state la pane guli do India la likhi dibi de in the comment section. All right. So in tertiary sector, we employ this much people, a percentage of the people. In secondary sector, we employ this much percentage of the people. In the primary sector, we employ this much percentage of the workforce. It one liquidity. So heavy reliance on the central transfers. Now, even as the state economy grows, Nagaland's fiscal structure continues to rely overwhelmingly on the central transfers. The survey estimates the state-owned revenue receipts will amount to about 2,472 crores in 2025-26, accounting for only 13.19% of the total revenue receipts. So out of this, around 51,000 crores we are receiving only about 2,472 crores from revenue receipts. Okay, revenue receipts. Now, what are these revenue receipts then? Revenue receipts are tax revenues as well as non-tax revenues. Okay, so tax revenue kan to kuto ase kulido mon state GST kan praibo na aro alak kan aise aro non-tax kan to non-tax tax la related na thaka na ase. Okay, like when we receive interest and all, so interest kan ahalaga will be state pro own kurna thaka laga kiko factories or industries kan thakile tatiba revenue ahalaga na itu kan ase. So we have this revenue receipts of about only this much, which is very less. Okay, by contrast, the central transfer constitutes the bulk of the state's revenue. So the state is expected to receive about 8,000 crores as a share of the central taxes, in addition to 8,178 crores. So grant in 8 iman payaze mogan aro central tax devolution de iman payaze. Okay, according to Finance Commission, itu tax devolution ho jay central taxes tade Nagaland share bi iman payaze mogan Nagaland kan bi na. So itu sob state ke olop bhag kurna de aro Nagaland bi iman payaze itu la central tax devolution bana. So itu to other kind of taxes kan ba ho jay central GSTs kan itu on contribution thaka bra tadi ra payaze. Now this means that more than 16,000 crores of the state revenue received originates from the central transfers. So we can see that out of that 51,000 crores, 16,000 crores is those center bra direct monge motot korala will be center bra direct patala ho jai state bra earn korano ina. Now the state continued the fiscal dependence on the union government. Now wage bill to manage the capital expenditure declines. Meanwhile, the report also highlighted the growing pressure of the state's wage bill and pension liabilities on public finances. In 2025-26, as per the estimates, the state has projected 7,529 crores to khali salary ro wages te jai jawo. So this forms a part of the revenue expenditure de jai de. Ito to na. So we call them the revenue expenditure. Revenue expenditure are those expenditure that we incur for running the day-to-day activities of the government or the state. Okay, so like salaries, pensions kan, aro mon pra paisa thar bana thakile tadi interest tera kan, itu kan sob jai jabo. So office maintenance kan na itu kan sob revenue expenditure de jai. So we can see that the revenue expenditure here is around 7,529 crores. Now taken together, Nagaland is expected to spend around 11,400 crores on wages and retirement benefits alone, so representing a substantial portion of the state's revenue expenditure. Now this leaves limited fiscal space for development spending, particularly in the sectors requiring large investments such as infrastructure and industrial development. So since we are spending a lot of money on the revenue expenditure, we are not able to spend good amount of money in capital expenditure. Now the capital expenditure to kya ase kuli do development works kana ase do, like infrastructure na, infrastructures kana ase like building roads, bridges, industries, dams, etc. de. So it one day mon invest krol na para ho jai do kile kule paisa do beshi bag mon la day to day activities te jai ase na. Aro itu bishi de salaries kan demand jai ase. Another key finding of the survey is the decline in the capital expenditure. See, the budget for 2025-26 has allocated around 7,572 crores for capital expenditure compared to the previous year. In fact, with each passing year, all of the increase will be t-shirt all that decrease from 8,623 crores to it has decreased to 7,572 crores, marking a sharp decline of about 12.919%. Now, at the same time, revenue expenditure continues to dominate the state budget, accounting for nearly 69% of the total expenditure. So when we look at this revenue expenditure, we full be literally revenue expenditure, and we have this revenue expenditure and we have this capital expenditure. We're spending about 69%. Okay, so we're left here with around 31%, right? 31% only will be left with the other kinds of expenditure or capital expenditure. So itu to pishi kom dia. So mala if we really want to fix this fiscal deficit or fiscal gap na, we have to start spending a little more on the capital expenditure, from where we will start earning some income, and revenue expenditure itu mohan return siku na thake. Okay, so itu to return siku na thake na sob jai ase. So capital expenditure mohan invest korle returns lok to thakibo. Eto bra yate bra olop komti huishu kole to yate invest korena ami na economy ta or grow bar will deal we continue to spend more money on this revenue side, all up to dictar job paisa nutun generate krole na no will be a real income to generate krole. Now Viksit Nagaland 2047 vision. Now this can also form a very good part of your essay. The economic survey also reiterated Nagaland's growth trajectory within the broader national vision of Viksit Park at 2047, which aims to transform India into a developed country by the centenary of independence. Now, under this vision, the Indian economy is expected to reach 30 to 40 trillion US dollars. You can always make use of this one. Okay, essay likhyam na. Mohan pi essay likhyam di to use kuri thagi. Viksit parata likhile na. So with a targeted per capita income of 15,000 to 18,000 dollars. So per capita income to kya jaguli do? National income divided by the total population. Okay, so we will get the per capita income. So if this is 1000 rupees and there's 100 people in the country, that is 10 rupees for each person. Okay, ini kasi per capita income do. So ite per capita income do around 2000 something, yes, 2000 something dollars as ini 2300 could be rough ekta. So $2,300 as we have to increase it to 15,000 or 18,000 dollars. So state like kiman ase moi nejani re will be mana country la do iman ni thai 2000 something hi thai. It's not even 3000. Okay, it hi change ho pare. Even me movie power jai revise no PCT sana ini kan. For Nagaland, the scale of the challenge is significant. To align with the benchmark, the survey noted that the state economy would need to expand dramatically. Per capita income would have to increase to around $15,000, implying that the state's economy must grow for about from about $5 billion to $68 billion by 2047. So India, Kitya, today we have around $4 trillion. Okay, $4 trillion economy. So Nagaland also we have during this $4 trillion economy, Nagaland aji $5 billion la economy aje. Only kita India in 2047 when India reaches or targets this 20 to 30 billion dollars trillion dollar economy. Okay, we also have to reach at least 68 billion US dollars. That is the target. Now, in order to reach from 5 billion to 68 billion dollars and to have a per capita income of $15,000, we need to grow at a rate of 10% every year. Okay, 10% every year growth for the next 2 decades. That is around 21 years, as 20 years could be. So 20 years, for the next 20 years, we have to grow consistently with 10% growth with each year. Na? So per year, they 10% growth to thakyo lage. Inya holi do mohana target to punjo ko ese. Okay, rupees 2 crores sanctioned for Horti Link Road in Nagaland. That is one thing. I won't be detailing on that because we have 2 more very important points to discuss. The bill for introduction of the Nagaland Town and Country Planning, the 5th Amendment Bill 2025, and Nagaland Shops and Establishment First Amendment Bill 2025 was moved by the Nagaland Chief Minister, Dr. Nifuru, on the floor of the House. So in the coming days, ito pass usually do mohan sai sawo. Ita table kurna je discuss ko usually sure as a news state digiwo ito namde mohan discuss ko. All right. Now this is also very important. Ito pikta sailo ito katak tanlo sailo. Northeast Council releases 67.41 crores across Northeast. So Northeastern Council, when was it established? Okay, ito comment section dilikiti. Now it has released 67.41 crore across Northeast for development of the Northeastern region. Now we'll do this, and we have one very important article that is this one. Okay, so it to last tak sabi it to the last demo kata no so complete koro de. Rightful winner. Okay, we have already covered this yesterday, so I don't have to cover that anymore. আপুনি আনপি কমেন্ট সেকশনে বেছি ফলো লিখি দিছে থ্যাংক ইউ নাও নাগাল্যান্ড টু হোস্ট ইনঅগ্রাল মিথুন রাইনো পিকল পল চ্যাম্পিয়নশিপ সো পিকল পল চ্যাম্পিয়নশিপ হল আছে ফার্স্ট এডিশন আছে মিথুন রাইনো কুটি হ'ব বুলি ৰ দ্য ফিটনেস হাউস না ইটো আৰামালতে থাকিব 3 মাইলতে না সো দ্য টিমাবৰ্ডে the Nagaland Pickleball Association has announced the inaugural Mithun Rhino Pickleball Championship. So the pickleball the Nagaland bi ite beshi famous hoise re. Itu lawn tennis bi noy holbi khela do inia ball ra khele aro court bi tennis nishina thake. Holbi olop chutu hola. Ani orna pet bi racket to bi I mean pet na racket ko ni jani re. Holbi racket bi moi bishi bi ase trying de. Ene ekta thake. Okay. Ani orta bishi bi ase mola trying. In your neck ekta thakibo so etu table tennis laga racket logo bi tamor la ase holibi itu tennis laga racket pi nohoy okay in ekta thake so if you google it you'll find it but I think Nagaland bi ajagali futsal la taraf khulya nishina itu la culture or itu la trend start hoye ase so it is good for fitness and konishna ini for fun khilibo holibi fitness to bishi help kro Government increases booking period for LPG cylinder to check hoarding. I won't explain this one, okay? Only be ini itu what is happening in the Middle East and in the West Asia. People are alarmed na saying that oil na pabo, fuel na pabo, gas na pabo ini orna thamatam kina start kora jamana na. To bra LPG bra itu liquefied petroleum gas itu mon gas cylinder khorde cholala domestic LPG itya do taki refill krola duration otai je. 21 days to 25 days apuni booking korna biside hi apuni pabo only be 21 to 25 days care rakhibo itu biside apuni ekta notun pao so that is the thing no immediate hike in petrol diesel prices adequate stock to meet any contingencies so monhadi enough as equation to meet at least 74 days the reserves of oil do as equation petroleum minister na so that is the information we don't have anything to study there so it is important because we all know what happened in Nepal during the we had this Gen Z protest in Nepal that was one of the largest and the strongest movement in the recent decade so they have ousted the Prime Minister Sharma Oli so now they had an election a democratic election and here the prime minister candidate was Palin Shah. He's just a 35-year-old person, okay? So I think he is an engineer. Talaga degree to, aro profession to tai do rapper pi ase gushe, kanan pi kore gushe. Okay? So it's obvious that he will resonate well with the Gen Zs or the Gen Zs can relate with him. So no wonder why sometimes it's not about the policies. Sometimes it is not about how capable a person is, but sometimes it is also about the populist leadership. Okay, now, I'm not saying that Belenja is not good, but then this, in the general sense, I'm just discussing. Okay, Belenja can be a very good Prime Minister of Nepal. No wonder about that, because we have Comitian, who is a president of a country, one of the rich countries. We have Chaiwal as a prime minister. No, we have auto rickshaw driver as a chief minister. So he is educated. Pelincha is an engineer. He is a rapper. He have a lot of international debate and BC Piramanase. So he can be a good prime minister, of course. But I'm just saying that in many places where democracy lito popular vote ase, to kon highest vote by tahi chite. So sometimes it is the populist politics only. Okay, that kuna face pishi popular se kun pishi famous ase tai ke manuan ini vote tina chitai in a time na. So we have a lot of that in India as well in the past also. So personality cult politics koi thake. So ito nishina bishi koi thake. So that is just one perspective type I am sharing, though it is not very much related with the news itself. So as counting of the votes concluded in the 163 electoral constituencies out of 165. So what kind of a voting system they use? First past the post system. So in the comment section, please write in the use correctly. So what is this first past the post system? Write as if you're writing for 2 marks question. Okay, in the comment section. for 2 marks. All right. So taiki party lasi it be important as de Rashtriya Swatantra Party. No. So itu janibi tangla parliament la nam ki ase dagan la tail chitia la party la nam ki ase Rashtriya Swatantra Party taiko na ase Palansha ase. Itu ya takile hoise. So now we'll be covering the two most important topic for today again. Chalo, so let's resume our class. Let's start. Nagaland 72,871 job seekers on employment exchange register. So here I'll just highlight and tell you guys how to make use of this data in your answer and how you should study. Now this is as per the annual administrative report 2025-26, Directorate of the Employment, Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, State of Nagaland. So let's look at this one. Total is around 72,000. Now when you're writing an essay about unemployment problem, you can always mention that in Nagaland we have around 72,871 people who are unemployed, and if you can find out the percentage on that one, then again it will be much better, saying that this much percentage of the population in the state of Nagaland are job seekers, like that. No. And you can also look at the national statistics. To national statistics be, I'm sure Nagaland be one of the highest unemployment dilo. To take the statistics to olagina, you can always mention India la Nagaland la India comparative mention korina likhiyo lage. Are we doing better than the national average, or are we doing worse than the national average, or in what position Nagaland stands at the national level? So that are the things that you should consider. All right, you don't have to worry very much about itu details to. Nalibi muta kiman maki kiman iman chanul kam nai kiman ase itu hi important ase de. To moi itu explain korna no ho iko time pelai na. So that you will find this report in the annual administrative report 2025-26. Even me, I don't have access to it as of now. Okay, so the Directorate of the Employment, Skill Development and Entrepreneurship will be as an aspirant. I'm sure that you will get it somewhere or the other. So all the very best. You can collect that and you can refer that. Okay. Here you can just mention about how many people with degrees, technical degrees, postgraduate degrees and graduate degrees are searching for job, and you can also highlight the intensity of the unemployment problem in the state. So it one size having. You take the discuss to lampa topic but it is going to be very important. So have some patience and you can also continue following the news. So this is the very particular bill policy. Nagaland Agri Policy 2025 focuses on climate resilience and food security. Now this is going to be important. Nagaland Chief Minister Dr. Nifurio tabled the Nagaland Agriculture Policy 2025 at the 8th session of the NLA in Kohima on the 9th of March. So the policy brought out the Department of Agriculture stated that the government of Nagaland is committed to fostering a vibrant and a sustainable agricultural sector that ensures food security, drives economic growth, and protects the state's rich natural resources. So like I always say, if you're preparing for your exam, you should memorize the Sustainable Development Goals, all the 17 goals. Memorize korna fingertip korna rakhibo lagi to. See, moi to on likhe, moi to understanding by likhe, ina korna exam clear korma no naya jida. Understanding is important. Own perspective and analyzing is important, but that can only be supported or substantiated with facts and figures. No facts and figures to understand kina korbo. Memorize ko lagi to na. So there are certain things that we needs memorization. So manon ke trust nokri ke moi do only likhi na ko an ke bishas nokri. There's a lot of facts and figures and the concepts that you have to memorize as well. So STG to memorize korakibi, and in the comment section please try to answer this one. Food security. Okay, food security related kiman sustainable development goals as sabi. Tuita nisna thakyo pare. Okay, to call ko to as 1 na 2 na 3 na 4 as likhi tibi. It is one thing. So in order to ensure a food security, drive economic growth, and protect the state's rich natural resources. Now, agriculture is central to Nagaland's identity, culture, and economy, with approximately 70% of the population relying on it for their livelihood. See, these are the things that you should connect the dots from one news to the other and from one general studies with the current affairs. Now, when you're writing an essay, here you can always say that Nagaland 70% of the Nagas population are engaged in primary sector, agri, and allied sectors. However, its contribution to the state GDP is around 22 point something percent only. Okay, like that you can always make a use of the data that you see in the news. So it turns out to not on correctly. Nagaland's diverse agricultural landscape encompassing the shifting cultivation, terrace farming, horticulture, and livestock rearing holds immense potential for growth. However, realizing this potential requires addressing key challenges and capitalizing on the opportunity the policy stated. The Nagaland agricultural policy provides a strategic framework for developing a resilient, productive, and market-oriented agricultural sector, integrating ecological principles and empowering the farmers to thrive in a changing world. The policy aims to enhance agricultural productivity and diversification and promote a sustainable and a climate smart or climate resilient practice, empowers the farmers, strengthen the market linkages, and leverage technology and innovation to build a prosperous and inclusive agricultural system of Nagaland. This can form a very good introduction. Okay, it is na short ni will be short mention gore se tala main aim to kia na so crop diversify grobo one more sustainable means matlab to organic waste can be sarvole lage promote grow lage use of technology and innovation no kwanis na to soil health care scheme nan mo kwanis na no will be use of the AI and other scientific methods, not only the use of this fertilizers or chemical items but kung is na organic waste kan bi mo gan adapt kro lage farmers kan gi empower kro farmers kan gi mo gan respect and then that takan monitoring needs kan kis assistance like I say government probably assist kro partially they can expand their farming or say business as well. Not only the agriculture rice will be wheat ekla will be millets ekla produce kora noina, now we have to look for livestock as well. So kauri palibo, kuru palibo, sakuli palibo, murki palibo na diversified ho lage to ita to cash crops plus agri crops can be nundi be consumption crops can be mon produce kurbo. So agriculture the 70% population ase goshuli do tala contribution be all of the increase ho lage. Okay, and where 70% of the Nagaland's population or workforce is engaged, the state should also come up with such good policies and also be guiding them with the monetary assistance and the technical assistance and awareness campaigns. Then only our farmers can do well. Na thanda lagi thakam de puk lagi thakam de advice dinar hit yanisna na thanda lagi le to kapra lagabi na puk lagi le to bhat khabi na ko anisna je itu policy banai na khali advice ekla di thakelibi अपनी होसा भी प्रमोट करो एक तो चेंज आनी वो एक तो इम्पैक्ट आनी वो मना से कोई से कुली तो भूख लगे ऐसे कुली तो ताकि खा लो खेला भी और ताकि सब्सिडी और एक्स्ट्रा लोन दी भी सो दैट एक्स्ट्रा लोन मतलब टीच हिम हाउ टू अर्न ना और से टेक्नोलॉजिकल इनोवेशन दी भी विस्डम दी भी अवेयरनेस प्रोग्राम दी भी टीच हिम हाउ टू अर्न ना if he can earn then he will ताकि जो कपड़ा भी लगाई लो ताकि जो भात भी किनी लो so teach him how to earn और ताकि start करो करने all of monetary assistance दिवी now that is important ना policy गला बनाबो और sustainable करबी organic करबी नहीं अगला हला कोटा के लिए इको meaning नहीं. The policy is aligned with national agricultural strategies, sustainable development goals, and Nagaland Vision 2030. So the policy aim to build a thriving and a sustainable agricultural and food system in Nagaland that empowers farmers, increases the productivity, enhances the food and nutrition security. So you can always connect this very particular topic with the topic that we were covering yesterday or day before yesterday. Nagaland day to TCP area te ekta farmer ke pilot project ekta tage invest kurina bishte tage tala production gan increase kurdiala na utu labi you can always mention his example here also like him we can also do with the rest of the people like him we can also start pilot testing in other districts as well. See, these are the ways that you can connect one thought with the other and frame your answers accordingly. Okay, You cannot just keep on writing on one particular thing and tate correct thako na paro. Abuni ekta explain gradually, you should be able to connect with 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different thoughts and examples and bring them into one particular subheading. Okay, that is all about the civil services. It's not about the academics. Academics to India say ki 2 marks laga puri na will be mistake pra 5 mark no 10 mark te to 2 mark to 10 banable kushes kuri thakibo. Macho ti to kanala lyrics pe aldibo to kunwa to very unsincere can be take check koramti ni kiman volume ligise to saina tick marigina marks dite. Now kon this itula tricks pra no chulibo civil services te. All right, everything, every line should be a punchline, or say every paragraph should carry marks. Okay, in a very limited time, in the shortest number of say pages or say content, you should be able to explain everything that the question is asking. Now, policy objectives: enhance food and nutrition security, increase the availability, accessibility, and affordability of the safe, nutritious, and culturally appropriate food for all the residents of Nagaland by promoting a sustainable and climate resilient agricultural practice, strengthening the local food system, and reducing the reliance on external food sources. Now, empowered and prosperous farming communities. Now, empower the farmers, particularly the smallholders, women, and the youth, to achieve sustainable and improved livelihood through enhanced access to resources like land, water, credit services. Now, last year mains take the question I say, अपने comment section में लिखी थी agricultural credit. Mention to agricultural credit that is available in the state of Nagaland. Okay. Knowledge, that is traditional and modern. So traditional be one discard grow like at the same time traditional te aro one all modernize grow pare, or you can incorporate technology all of fast grow karne, or we maintain to you can maintain the traditional way. Now technology, markets, and financial services kwan is na loans on can be all of modot kuri be financial services TV, subsidies TV. Of course, subsidies will form a part of the revenue expenditure only, so revenue expenditure are all of kata ho jawo. Provide a good marketing area na, so kwan is na cold storage can all of bonai divi na, rasta all of pal kuri na, so that transportation time or cost to come to jabo to na, so that is the capital expenditure na. Road pal bonai divi, cold storage bonai divi, that is a capital expenditure. So like I was saying, when you invest in capital expenditure, in the long run it will bring more revenue to the state. So itu kota ko ase moi akete to rasta pal bonai divi, marketplace pal bonai divi na, aro cold storage can take bonai divi khalo bian hobole karne, then in the long run it will benefit the state to great extent. Resilient and a sustainable agricultural system based on agroecological principles, thriving agricultural markets and value chains, innovation and knowledge-driven agricultural development, phase transition to a sustainable and ecologically sound agricultural system. You can go through, okay? So, most of the explain core policy principle, it all upside you. Food and nutrition security. So, not only the food security, but nutrition is important. Avuni pet porta hoa lakla noy. Na, will be avuni nutritional needs ki ase, ekta healthy life thayo karne, it be important ase. मन तो भावे खाली भात खाइले होसे मांस लगते नलियो आंतालो भात खाइले होसे इनी गाछ तो मन चा खाबो भात खाबो डिनर माने लंच खाबो डिनर खाबो खत्म will be nutritional values to mon kiti be calculate nokore count nokore. It is a lack of awareness for us as well. So mon khali rice khaikla rather no do, so it bra mon we should go for other nutritional items as well. Otai mangsu bhat ekla khai thakle no hobo, we should also add other items that is important for your nutrition. So itu karne ensure an access to safe, nutritious, and culturally appropriate food for all Nagaland's residents through sustainable and climate resilient agricultural practice. Empowered and prosperous farmers. So when your farmers are prosperous and knowledgeable, then they can bring in the more technology. They can lead to the economic growth of the state, and Kwanishna Manuan Pi are more interested to agriculture and farming. It is good and interesting to see that a lot of the younger generations, educated engineering Burigina, Nulbi Alak decrease Purina, Nopura can be, youth can be, they have started working as a farmer, okay, modern farmer. So agriculture day, plantation day, and then for many, they are reaping the seeds because youth is a time when they're strong and when they're knowledgeable and leveraging on the use of technology and the artificial intelligence, as well as the very technological and technical knowledge that they have, the connection that they have with people around the world, around the country. Now people from different streams itu सब के connect करू पारिना आजकल younger generations can agriculture दिबी बिशी मुंडिया से रो progress is very much evident. Okay, so it will palekta se ecological sustainability, not only leading to more prosperous agricultural production, but also we should look for sustainability, not harming the environment, uh, not harming the natural vegetation and also the wildlife. Will be sustainable, sustainable, ecological sustainable in such a way that you are friendly with the nature, matlab nature in the way environment, the forest, the animals as well. So we should have a harmonious growth हो लगे, market driven and inclusive growth, innovation and knowledge based agriculture, collaborative governance. See here, একটা farmer আছে তাইতো নাথাকি না farmer কোৰান থাকে, কোনো দো support থাকে না farmer কোৰান থাকে বুলি কোৱা নিচিনা, নাথাকি না থাকা farmer তো তাইতো support নাপাইছে বুলি তো কোৱা নিচিনা। এইটো খেতি কৰি থাকাবি টাইম তো খেতি ভাল হোৱা নাই, মাটি বি পিকাই দিব লাগে যায় এইটো থাৰ্ড ইয়াৰ হ'লে কাৰণে না, বাচ্চাখন স্কুল পঢ়াই দিব, মেডিকেল আচানক ঘৰতে বেমাৰ হৈছে মাটি পিকাই দিব, আৰে টেক্টৰ হৈ যায় তো। So it should be a collaborative effort between the farmers as well as the government, where the government can give subsidy, knowledge and awareness, and also loan for to the farmers, and the farmers should make a good use of that money and work on his future self and pay back the government in time, or else government be aro tukhui jabo. So that was a very insightful article, and like I said, those who came attended this very session this morning, abunan luckiest ones ase. So abunan if you love your friends and your aspirant partners, then you should also share this very news article with them, because it is going to be very important. Okay, so mogan to free provide korise, the rest is up to you how you materialize or capitalize on that one. I would like to go through your comment section for the time being for the next few minutes. Aje homework PPC dia nai holbi kiman dise paradak abunan chuni kina answer di dibi. I'm also learning a lot from your comment section, and I hope your friends are also learning. Okay, Nagaland University founded on 6 September 1994. Thank you so much. Okay, current Chancellor Ranu M. Shazia, first female Lok Sabha MP in the year 1977 general elections. Very good. Thank you for the extra information, Soitang. Keep it up. Okay, extra information to the fact that Taikutu party represent Kursi. It is important. Say thank you. So I think you are a veteran, or you are analyzing the question paper well. So this is also one of the way that they used to ask the question. Okay, that itu candidate to kutu party ticket pa jiti she kwanishina. So thank you so much, United Democratic Front, UDF. Thank you. Yes, Jasprit Bumrah and Varun Chakravarti have the highest wicket takers. Most runs is Shahib Zada Farhan from Pakistan. Thank you so much. Under the captaincy of Surya Kumar Yadav, we have this T2026. Yes, this is also an added information. In 2024 prelims, I guess, they have asked about kiman times final pungjise, kiman times sidishina type question na. To apni to extra information dia do aro kwanishina. Even the viewers will learn a lot. Okay, to apni la comment pa koise 3 times sidishe matlab T20 World Cup to 2007 ek par, 2024 ek par, 26 ek par, which means it continues 2 times sidina ase 24 26 ten na. Aro 2007 de captain to MS Dhoni thakise, 24 de Rohit Sharma, itia Surya Kumar Yadav SKY Sky. Okay, I'll try to maintain this consistency. Okay, Tangor, welcome to you as well. You are welcome. Nongwang Wangsa, Berix Rano M Shaza, you're correct. He is the first and only female Lok Sabha MP. Very true. So that is also an added information, value addition. Na? Thank you. Savage. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, Latok UADV. Yes. Okay, so Nagaland University Act 1989 di pass hoise na. Holibi they established to 6 September 1994 di hoise. Very good extra information. Thank you so much. So 1989 na. Okay, Dr. Samudra Gupta. Okay, very good. Very good. Alright, take away from today's video. Hikani Jakalo and Salutuno Crusade were the first women elected to the NLS session in 2023. Okay, that's good. This is a good way of writing a takeaway from the video, yeah? It's like a summary, na? So ini video saya dalam dia summary bi perlu pare na. So it's a good one. I think Latok U8V abunian kalila news stage and to culture kule you'll learn a lot, okay? And we never know, you can expect questions from this one also. I did the power one, it will be in the future, na. So Tuna Krose also became the first woman minister in Nagaland. Yes. As Pangnan Gonya became the first woman from Nagaland to be elected to the Rajya Sabha in 2022. Correct. Yose Chaya from Best Woman Village Nagaland received the Northeast India Achiever Award. Yes. Reason for his lifelong work in preserving the indigenous Angami Naka culture and faith. Correct. The Nagaland Foothill Road Project initiated in 2013. Yes, very true. Running from. Okay, perfect. Okay. India won by 96 runs. Correct. Defeating New Zealand in the final. Sanju Samson was both the player of the match and also the player of the tournament. Wow. That's great. I think this is a very good initiative that you have started, and the other viewers can also add information like this, and it will be a very good summary. Okay, thank you so much. I'm very much encouraged to work better and perform better, seeing such a response from all of you. So you're welcome, and give up the good job. Okay, so to all of you who have commented, thank you so much. Keep growing like this, and we will keep growing together. With that being said, we'll end our today's session here. So preparing for your exams, prepare well. Your mains is just around the corner. You hardly have around 30 days. Mo to 30 days count करबो, because mo kwan is not any 9 days to li dog ni to revision or libi yate tate polam de chai jawo ina 5 pit lobi de. So prepare well. I wish you all the very best for the upcoming NSSB technical, and also for the any other NSSB upcoming exam hobo very soon, and for the NPSC prelims kung prepare korse. Keep following the news and follow the current affairs rigorously, and also study your GS daily 8 to 10 hours to puribi. Our thick prelims hobola 2-3 months to dito at least 12 hours to puribi, because the contribution that we are putting in, the sacrifices that we're making here will result, or say will show in the outcome. Don't expect to clear the exam by just reading 1-2 hours in a day, or say 1-2 days in a week. Okay, so you should be consistent. So with that being said, I'll take a leave. Have a very good and prosperous and productive day. I'll see you tomorrow in the morning. Thank you so much, and have a nice day. Bye bye.